Speaking of those commercials, how effective are they? Here to break it down for us is Tim Burt, international marketing and messaging expert with over 30,000 commercials around the world that have generated over $500 million in revenue. So first of all, you have a lot of stuff to talk about with us. That's just, you have an incredible resume, so thanks for joining us here. But what we want to know, these Super Bowl commercials, how effective are they? You know, they're funny, emotional, they draw us in, but do they really sell us?
Depends on the commercial, but as a broad generality, no.
Depends on the commercial.
It depends on the commercial. You know, what's the stated goal? Is if you're a Doritos, well, there's no competitor to Doritos, really. I mean, they kind of have the market cornered.
That's a fair point.
They can be stupid and funny and irreverent. If you're somebody like Budweiser or Audi or whatever that has a lot of competition, you want to drive sales. If you're a business spending $10, $15 million for 30 or 60 seconds of time to be in front of 200 million eyeballs, you better get some of that money back. That's
that's what I was going to ask you. What is the return on investment here?
Depending on the commercial.
You're spending millions.
Yes, it depends on the advertiser, but usually it's not very good.
Really?
Yeah. Year over year, you will see 80%. In other words, 4 out of 5 of the businesses that advertised last year, you won't see this year.
Okay.
That's why, because they just threw money down a hole. And that's how I grade these Super Bowl commercials.
Okay, so walk us through your grading process, because I know you live blog this.
Yes, been doing it since 2008. I judge a commercial on what is going to drive sales. If there is a strong call to action, is what we call it, you know, go to this website, text this number, go to this store, whatever. That's going to grade higher, because they're going to see some money come back in. If it's just, hey, let's just, you know, blow up something and have 2 dancing monkeys, well, sorry, I don't know that that's going to really work for you. People are going to talk about it. It's funny, but no sales. So
you said you have to have some sort of call to action. But what about, you know, do the emotional ones draw us in more? Are the funnier ones the ones that we see more of a return for?
People like them. People talk about them. Yeah. But they don't translate to sales. So
basically you're saying all you're going to get is a lot of people talking about it. You're not going to see people purchasing that product.
Yeah. You remember the Melissa McCarthy ad from a few years ago?
Yeah, that's right.
Kia. Yep. Their tank tanked, I should say. Yeah, it dipped hard after that.
But everyone was talking about Melissa McCarthy.
But it won the ad meter. It won, but it didn't translate into sales.
That is so interesting. Now you mentioned only 4 out of 5. What were you saying? They won't return to the
4 out of the 5 advertisers nationally that you saw last year, you won't see this year.
Oh, but then you do see the same big brands. You see, you mentioned Doritos. We also see. We're always looking forward to the Clydesdale for the
Budweiser, Pepsi. Yeah, you know, those. Yeah, you're going to see those again this year.
But they have the money to spend.
They have the money to spend, but it's the smaller ones, the mid-level ones like the WeatherTechs of the world.
Okay.
They're back again this year.
They're the ones who are saving up the entire year just for that one 10, 15, 30 second spot.
It is kind of their Super Bowl.
All right. It's their Super Bowl. I like the way you put that. All right, Tim, thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy to have you here. And we want to hear throughout the Super Bowl what your favorite commercials end up being. So make sure you let us know on all of our social media pages.